On-device research used the mobile internet to collect consumer opinions. We're a 3-year-old company and have been now running surveys via the mobile internet in 57 countries, and actually yesterday we reached our 10 millionth survey. We've been working helping brands understand the effectiveness of advertising and brand communications for the 3 years we've been in existence. A couple of different pain points that we found have been that brands have found it very difficult to understand all of the media touch points which a consumer has with their advertising. Have people seen adverts on TV? Have they seen them on billboard posters? Have they heard them on radio? Have they seen them on their mobile phone, for example? And so actually, because mobile research enables people to understand in the moment opinions and understand people's reactions to those communications when they're actually seeing them or there and then, it enables them to understand all of these touch points throughout a week or 2 weeks. As on-device research, we do mobile diaries, and one of the big use cases for this is advertising touch points. And that really helps our clients to understand the effectiveness of all of the communications that a brand will put out in their campaign. We work a lot with people in traditional media, and so people in TV stations, for example, or radio stations, or billboard advertising companies, for that matter. And so it's really interesting to catch up with all of these companies and understand what they're doing. And so how we can incorporate mobile into their advertising research at the moment. But also, we're just about to launch a new technique for measuring the effectiveness of mobile advertising. And so we're really interested in understanding what people are doing in this area and seeing if we can help people who are wanting to understand how brand messages on mobile are really affecting consumers' opinions. Where we've had difficulties with this before is that the way that online advertising research works in general is that people are cookied when they see an advert on their computer, and they're then surveyed later on, and if that survey reads a cookie on their computer, then the researcher knows that person has seen that advert for it. And so putting together test and control groups is generally done with this technique. The big difficulty with mobile is that, in effect, third-party cookies don't work. Doing these test and control groups has traditionally been very difficult to do. We've thought around this problem for a while now. We've taken cookies out of the equation because cookies just don't work on mobile, and have, in effect, used a different type of unique identifier to be able to identify who has seen an advert and who hasn't seen an advert. And that enables us to get through that equation. The second problem that happens with a lot of online advertising research is that a publisher generally needs to give quite a lot of impressions away to be able to get a group of people to take a survey who have been exposed to an advert. This puts friction into the process of actually getting these people to be involved in these studies. In general, the complexities of running these projects can be quite difficult, particularly if a publisher has to give away 2 million impressions, for example. They're not going to be too happy about that. And so what we've done to negate this problem is we've worked with different ad networks to be able to retarget ads at particular people, which really enables the operations behind this new solution to be fairly straightforward. So by putting together different types of unique identifiers along with retargeting, we feel that we've got a solution for mobile advertising which is fit for purpose and appropriate for the mobile world. There are two sides to what we're doing. One is advertising effectiveness for kind of traditional media, or media touchpoints, and secondly for mobile advertising effectiveness work. And so to give you an idea of media touchpoints work, we work with a number of the out-of-home media companies such as PrimeSite or Clear Channel or JCDecaux, and Power. A particular one that I can talk about is something called Prime Mobile, which is done for PrimeSite, where we're understanding all different interactions with billboard advertising, and so that we can do surveys before and after these touch points to understand the difference that this advertising really makes to consumers' opinions about that brand. It's been a very successful service which we've been running for now about 3 years. On the mobile advertising effectiveness work, we've been doing some great and really interesting projects with that. We're recently up for an award with ITV where we were doing dual screening advertising research, so this was around the X Factor, and really understanding the effect of app advertising when somebody is actually watching the X Factor. So they have a AdSync product which enables advertisers to put ads into the mobile app for the X Factor, which people will view whilst they're actually watching the X Factor at the same time. It has a multiplier effect of seeing the ad in a TV spot as well as seeing an ad on a mobile app as well. It has a fantastic impact on people's opinion of that brand. Equally, we're just about to come out with a new piece of research for the AOP to understand how premium mobile publishers compare versus network sites, so ad networks and so on. The results of that have not been made public yet, so I can't go into that in too much detail, but it's an exciting project which we've worked on and completed field work of, and looking forward to the results of that coming out in the next coming months.